evening, dear friends.
Good evening, Munjiji.
Welcome to you all. First of all, dear friends, because of electromagnetic influences tonight, would you mind to turn that further light off, please?
What sort of electromagnetic influence?
It is the influence of sky energy connected to moon energy and planetary energy. So it is more conducive to be in the semi-obscurity. Of course, does anybody have problem with this level of light? Very good. So it is sometimes slightly vibrating in a particular manner when there is the activity of full moon, and when there is activity in people's nervous systems and conduit of connection with planetary aspects. And so indeed, sometimes you are, all of you already, resonating quite powerfully with your own light under the influence also of the changing of season. And although you are going into what is called the winter season at the moment, there is a lot of reflection from certain electromagnetic energies, from some of the work you have been doing, and from the lunar influence present very high and potent, strong in the sky. That obviously can affect the stability of wavelengths, whatever is to do with you internally or whatever is to do with the gathering of friends together like us. So if you have noticed, perhaps in recent days, that you find yourself being in two minds, thinking, shall I do it this way? And then 2 days later you are thinking just the opposite. Do not be surprised, because this is one of the results of this particular phenomena of fluctuation, meaning suddenly you are presenting under a vibrational pressure of intensity that you may not have experienced previously at the level of your soul receptivity. So you are you also possess a very delicate mechanism of receptivity as well as of transmission. And as you are receiving continuous impulses from the world around you, and from the planetary system, and from all the influences that surrounds not only your physical body, but also your subtle body, your body of light, your emotional body, spiritual body, mental body, and all the level of presence that you have in different dimensions, whatever is presented to you in these times, there is a great, it's called a great shift present of activity. This is particularly for the months of November and December. So you may want to pay attention to subtleties rather than the so-called density of the level at which you are dealing with daily life. Meaning that if you have to make decision, it's better to take them very, very slowly. If you have to make big commitment, it's time to reflect, and before saying yes, just internally truly consider where you are at, because it is a time of shift. It means that exactly what you were thinking this month will be just the opposite of what you will be thinking next month. Of course, this is being put a little bit rather crudely, shall we say, but it's better to let you know this, and this is not because of any mistakes, but because simply as there is a kind of acceleration that has been taking place now for a number of years, but of course this acceleration, which is part of the evolutionary plan for the human family and for the solar system, has taken place and it's expanding. When there are acceleration, it means that there are times when there are a smaller shift, wider shifts, and are reflected back in your nervous system, in your electrical or magnetic electrical circuit of understanding. So what you can rely upon, you may wonder, so if I cannot rely on my judgment, if I cannot rely on my sound understanding of things, what am I supposed to rely on? Of course, you are relying now on level which we call of your soul presence, meaning somewhere in you, whatever is in your heart, whatever is in your deeper understanding, you rely and look always for some kind of what we call it symbolically solid ground. Look for something that is lasting in you, that is giving you the strength, courage and confidence to interact with life daily. You see, if you were just totally dissociated from what we call your inner light, your soul, your consciousness, the fullness of presence that you have anyway, you will not even be able to function as a human being. And you do see, sometimes you do witness the retrogressive, the path of people that are going, let's say, backwards because they are diminishing their contact, and how their life become very full of risk, hazardous, in a way that is not conducive to their evolution. We are not saying that taking risk is something wrong. We are saying that taking risk meaning going against the grain of your evolution and doing a disservice to why you are here and what you came for in terms of experiencing the fullness of life, in a widening of your consciousness, in an understanding of who you are, in a deepening of your life experience, that could be a disservice. So energetically, because you have chosen to come at this particular time, once more you have chosen, you had many times visited this planet Earth, and you are visiting once more of your own volition, so there is an element of consciousness, of presence, although you may not remember this. In this moment of volition and consciousness, when there are planetary shifts, when there are movements of activity that are quite intense, it is time to apply your volition. It is time to apply your sense of will. Yes, this sense of will is sense of higher will. So there is a difference between what you want, what you naturally feel inclined towards it, and where you need to make a truthful assessment. Let's say that you are taking a certain direction in life, and you have always tended to go about this particular situation, maybe your work, maybe your relationship, maybe your plan for something new, and your style is usually in a certain way. So you recognize and say, I recognize myself doing this way, in this manner, and somehow what we call the shift means that you are put potentially in a possibility of begin to act in a way that is less mechanical, automatic, and somehow prone to habitual patterning that may not serve you best. So what is called a planetary configuration that are apparently challenging or create a sense of instability and uncertainty are here to serve you, are here to destabilize old formats of way of seeing yourself and of operating, in order to expand into actually new modality, so that you can widen that consciousness, that understanding of how and you function and where you function best and what you can see. It is as if you then are included into further horizon. But for this particular month and next month, there are also slightly dissonances, so-called, that are pulling your strings in different ways, where something may be working very well and something else is rather disappointing, is not progressing, hopefully, the way you had envisaged in past. And again, those challenges have to be seen as a welcome potential to function with higher will.
To hear more of this keynote, please go to the next audio entitled Higher Will. Thank you.